The live stream will begin in 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
Hello, I'm Sean and I'm helping Carrie with her videos. Please don't mind me.
The live stream will begin in 2 minutes.
The live stream will begin in a few minutes. Carrie is just getting ready and she'll be here shortly. Drop a line in the live chat while you wait.
The live stream will begin in 1 minute and 30 seconds.
Who am I, do you ask? I'm Sean from Epidemic Sound, an AI voice based on a voice actor. That's all I can say for now because Carrie has run out of voice credits. Whoops. I'll catch you next time. Enjoy the live stream.
The live stream will begin in 1 minute.
Actually, Carrie changed her mind and upgraded her plan. Good job upselling Epidemic Sound. It worked, at least for this month. Anyway, you should definitely think about joining as a YouTube member or on Patreon. Maybe sending a super chat to help pay for this expensive AI stuff. Or at least support her with some coffee, which I think Carrie runs on. I'm sure Carrie would really appreciate it, as it does take a lot of time and effort to work on these videos.
The live stream will begin in 30 seconds. Come join the conversation in the live chat.
Thank you everyone, and I'm quite done with my monologue, for now. Let the live stream begin.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. It's showtime. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Carrie on Accessibility. So excited for this live stream tonight. How is everyone doing? If you were here for the pre-live stream video countdown, let me know what you thought of the AI epidemic voice, Sean, that's his name, and let me know how you like it. Anyway, I hope everybody is doing fantastic this Friday night. Hope everybody, is ready for a great weekend. I am so excited to talk about the Nintendo Switch 2. What's new? Is it accessible? What kind of accessibility settings is it going to have? I want to hear your thoughts too, so make sure to drop them in the live chat or in the comments if you're watching the what do you call it? It's not a rerun. The playback, whatever it's called. All right, so let's jump right in. Nintendo recently, hold on 1 second, let me get my windows all straightened out. All right. So here we go, the Nintendo Switch 2. It was teased in January, and they just recently announced it, did the Nintendo Direct. This is what it's going to look like. For those who can't see, it's honestly just a little bigger than the original Switch. The Joy-Cons are larger. I love that the screen is going to be a 7.9-inch screen. That is really cool. It'll be available in June 5. And here we go. Here's a little graphic. It shows off the joysticks, everything. It has a kickstand, etc. There's some kind of cool features that they showed off. I've heard a lot of complaints about the Joy-Cons being really small. I don't know. Never was a problem for me, but I'm glad that it's going to be better for a lot of people. I also use the Pro controller, so I don't know. The Joy-Cons, I don't use it all that much. So the most exciting thing is the accessibility, which we will get into just in a little bit. There's game chat. I'm honestly not too excited about that. Game chat, it's basically Discord on the Nintendo Switch. Yeah, you have to have a subscription. So that is disappointing for me. So as I move down here, it has, like I said, 7.9-inch screens, basically like a really thick tablet, basically. Now, what's the most disappointing is that it is not an OLED screen, okay? This is an LCD screen. Yes, it has HDR. Sure, it has 120 hertz refresh rate, but I can't even see that most of the time. I can notice when frame rates drop and like the games are like jittery, it's not working well, but I can't see if it's 120. Like I can't see that. I really love OLED. It's just so clear, it's so bright, it's so easy to see, and it just feels like a step backwards to go to an LCD screen. Like the thing is, like, I've seen mainstream tech tubers who actually had the Switch 2 in their hands. They talked about the LCD not being all that bad. It's fine, you know. I no. I've seen LCD screens, no matter how good they are, they just cannot compare to OLED screens. And for low vision, OLED is just going to be the way to go. Oh, yeah, so that was very disappointing for me. Now, we do have 4K on the bigger screen, so if you put it in the dock, which by the way also has a fan now, I'm wondering how loud that fan is, you can get 4K. That's great. The screen on the portable console is 1080p. That's a little disappointing. So I know that the Switch, it's a small screen. You don't need a high resolution, but when you're zooming in, and I use the zoom magnification feature a lot. When you're zooming in, it really degrades the image. And if we had maybe 2K, probably not 4K because I'm sure Nintendo wouldn't go that far, but just a little more resolution would definitely not hurt and would really help with zoom because for reading text especially, or reading like little tiny things on the Switch, you have to zoom in like all the way, or at least I do. And it's just not a great experience. But also, one cool thing, and I think this is also kind of related to accessibility, is the Joy-Cons being connected through magnets. I'm kind of really digging this whole phase of magnets. Like we have MagSafe, there's MagSafe battery packs, MagSafe this, MagSafe that, magnetic whatever. And I kind of really like this magnetic system. I don't know about you guys, but like the rails on the Joy-Cons for the Nintendo Switch, especially putting it in the controller, not the Pro controller, but where you can slide the Joy-Cons in, that is a pain. It always catches. You have to do it so precisely. And so having it just be magnetic, that is cool. All right, so enough about the Nintendo Switch. Let's talk about the accessibility. I really want to talk about this because I did a video on the Nintendo Switch original, like OLED console when I bought it. I love my Nintendo Switch. I mostly used it in docked because the screen is just still too small. I mean, I have used it, just on the portable by itself, but it's just easier usually on the TV, especially since I have a son who likes to watch and play too. So yeah, we mostly do it there. Um, but what is super cool is that they released accessibility settings page. And on that page, they mention screen readers. That is just awesome. I love that. But we're going to get into that in just a moment. I'm going to play a short clip from my original accessibility review video of the Nintendo Switch. So here is that. Let's go over magnification. So Nintendo, why is it that your Switch does not have a screen reader?
Please, somebody explain why Nintendo does not have a screen reader on their gaming console. That is my number one issue.
So there we go. My number one issue doesn't have a screen reader. I am so happy that now there's going to be a screen reader instead. So my concern though is that the screen reader is only going to be on the system, on the sys settings, hopefully during setup. Um, if you watch that original video, I talk about my whole setup. I even did a live stream on it. I would suggest you probably not watch the live stream, just go to the accessibility review video because I kind of summarized my experience. But it was just a disaster. It was really, really hard for me to do because, again, there's no screen reader and it's just not set up. Everything's small, etc. So let's take a look at their screen reader. And I'm not going in order. We'll go back to these other options in a moment. So here is the text-to-speech. So they don't call it necessarily a screen reader, it's just text-to-speech. So here's their video on it.
Text-to-speech. Use text-to-speech. On. Toggle button. Vertical list. 9 of 11. Reads out text content that appears on screen. Pressing one of the control sticks will restart the readout. Not all screens support screen reader functionality.
Did you hear that? Not all screens support screen reader functionality. How disappointing! I want everything to be screen reader compatible. All the settings, the chats, every single setting in games, just game dialogue, anything just needs to have a screen reader. And so my fear is that this is just going to be for settings and not for games. And that would be really disappointing because that's where I really, really need it. Yes, like it would help to have the text to speech in the settings. Yes, that would help, but not as much as it would in games.
Voice type. Type 1. Button. 10 of 11. Type 1. Selected. Button. Vertical list. 1 of 2. Type 2. Not selected. Button.
So there's a
2 of
second
2.
voice.
Text to speech. Voice type. Type 2. Button. Vertical list. 10 of 11.
And there we go. That's the end of the video. It's exciting in the sense that finally we have some form of text to speech, and hopefully in the future they will continue to develop it and have it everywhere, because that's what I really want, it everywhere. Can we not have like totally blind people playing Nintendo games? That would be the day. I honestly didn't even really think that there would be a screen reader at all for the Switch 2. So I'm just really happy that this is one step in the right direction. But come on, Nintendo, we can keep going. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's make Mario Kart accessible. Let's make Animal Crossing accessible. Like, I want to play those games. I want to play Pokemon, Zelda, all like the first party Nintendo games. So many of them are so text based, and you already have the text. You could just have the screen reader read it out. I don't think that that's too much to ask. I don't know. Am I wrong? Now let's go back to my previous video where I talk a little bit more about the accessibility settings here.
Did go to settings and switch to dark mode. It is a pretty good screen. This is an OLED screen. It's not the highest resolution, but it works. It's great. So
it's going to be great to have the 1080. I mean, I would still love to have a higher resolution, but anything over 720, that's still great, you know. I think that in probably a couple years, they're just going to release a Nintendo Switch 2 OLED. And I'll probably buy that one. So, I mean, likely story is that I'll still buy the LCD to see what it's like, and then probably make a video about it. And then if I don't like it, it's going to be returned. But yeah, so that's the OLED. I hope that the dark mode. It's not an accessibility setting, it's under themes in the settings. And I hope that they fix it so that you can set it to dark theme from startup, because that was one of a big issue for me.
First, you go to settings,
So this is
and
about
then you go
accessibility.
down to system. There's an option to change display colors. Once you press A on that, you have 3 options, just the regular mode, inverted, or grayscale.
So if I go back to the accessibility page from Nintendo, we're going to look at that. Here we go. I'm going to scroll up to, let's see, text options. So on the original Switch, there's zoom, but there are no text options. So I'm really happy that they added this. So here is that video. Also, something that I just noticed, there is a whole accessibility option setting on the sidebar here and under options. In the Switch, like my Switch right now, you have to go to settings, then system, and the accessibility settings are kind of like buried in the system settings. So this is pretty cool that they finally like removed all the accessibility related stuff and put it in its own spot and called it accessibility. So good job, Nintendo, on that. So we have text size. There's normal, there's larger, or maximum. So I would probably use the maximum for this one. That's pretty neat that they have that. I really like that. Look at that normal. It just looks so small. There's also bold text. This is so helpful. I love this. I have bold text on my phone, on my tablets, anywhere that there's bold text. This is very helpful for me. I love that they have this option. That's really cool. So here, right below it says you can choose between 3 different options for text size as well as enable bold text. All right, so there's button mapping. This would probably be more of a mobility accessibility, but it's still cool that you can do button mapping. I'm not sure if you can actually do that with like the original Switch or not. I didn't see that option, but it may be something that I missed. Now, what would be cool is if you could do mapping for accessibility related settings. So, for example, if you wanted to invert the colors, maybe you could set that a shortcut for that and do that under button mapping. That would be really cool. So here under button mapping, it says you can change the button mapping on each controller to your liking, save your favorite settings, and use them anytime. You can also choose to add button mapping as an option in quick settings in the home button. So there's like this option. So set option in the quick settings. And I wonder if we can put other accessibility features in the quick settings. That would be kind of cool. So there's also display colors. There's an option for that, just like on the original Switch. We can select grayscale, invert color, or grayscale. So that's the same as the previous. And I'm just assuming that we can do the themes and not under accessibility, but under themes and settings. So hopefully they still have that. So display colors, you can change the colors on the system uses. There are 3 options: grayscale, invert colors, or no change. You can also enable high contrast to increase the screen contrast for the home menu or system settings. So the high contrast is only for the settings or the home. That's kind of disappointing. I kind of wish there was high contrast all throughout for all the games, etc. But it's still cool to have the high contrast option here. The next one is screen zoom feature. So this is the same as what I have on the original Switch. So I am really hoping that they improve this. According to the video, it says, lets you zoom in by tapping something, the home button. Yeah. So what's interesting here, what I'm noticing is that there is no, what do you call it? It's there's like a toolbar on the original Switch. And here in this demo video for accessibility, it does not have that. So I'm wondering if they've updated Zoom or their Zoom feature. That would be pretty cool if they did. I sure hope so. So this is what it kind of looks like on the original Switch.
Then if you go back, the next option below that is
Forward a little.
then you can press Y or hold it, press the home button, and this will activate Zoom. Then you can press Y or hold it down and it will zoom in, and if you press X, it will zoom out. You can also use pinch to zoom since this is a touch screen.
So a few notable changes. On the Switch 2 accessibility settings page, there doesn't seem to be a border like there is on the Switch 1. There's also not the toolbar. So I'm wondering how they've changed it, how much they've changed it, or if when they just recorded the accessibility demos that it just wasn't captured. I don't know. I really want to get my hands on it and see what's different. So there we go. Back to the Nintendo page. Let's see if there's anything else. Screen zoom. So there's also mono audio. So for those who maybe need that, hopefully that can help. I think that was on the original Switch too. Would be really cool. I heard some rumors about like some type of equalizer. That would be cool. That would be pretty helpful for some of us. So it says you can change the audio to monaural. I'm just gonna say mono output. I've never seen this word. I didn't know mono was actually short for this word. monaural. Okay, well, we learn something new every day. All right. So then we talked about the text to speech. There's going to be game chat text to speech audio. So you can send text entered on a keyboard as audio to other game chat members. So I wonder if you can set an option to have all like text just be read aloud. That would be cool. Because this makes it sound like the sender has to send it as a text to speech audio. Hopefully they do that. And then there's also game chat voice, speech to text. So voices of other members in the chat room can be displayed as text. So this is really cool. I've mentioned this before, but my brother is deaf, hard of hearing. He has a cochlear implant, but like he can't really hear. So that would be really cool if he could type stuff out, send it to me as like text to speech, and then I can just speak, and then it like gives it to him in text format. That would be pretty cool. Again, I don't know if I'll be actually using the game chat because you have to pay for the subscription. At the bottom, it says additional games, system, and or accessories may be required for multiplayer mode. Internet, Nintendo Switch Online membership, and Nintendo account required for online features, including game chat. Not available in all countries. Okay, so there we go. That is all about the Switch 2. So I am really happy that there is a screen reader. Not happy that it's probably not going to be accessible like actual games and game content. Not super happy that it's not OLED. So that's kind of the TLDR of that. So now let's go ahead and go through this chat because there have been a lot of chats. Let's see. How do I get to my chat? Give me 1 second. Is this the right one? Nope. Where did my chat go? All right. Let's see. Where did I put the... I'm so confused. Where did the chat go? All right. Here we go. I've got it now. Okay, let's rewind. Oh my goodness. Hello, everybody. So Josh says hello. Joker says, hey, wow, stream actually being on time. Thank you. Susan says, I like the voice. Oh, I'm glad you like the voice. There's some hellos. Hey, Coda. Hey, Metis. I am very excited. Coda, I bet Coda is going to get Switch too. I'm also, oh, that reminds me, for the Zelda, there's like a new Zelda Notes app or something, and you can get like audio guidance. But it sounded like somebody has to set it up and then send it to you. So I'm very confused, but it sounded like it was really cool. So Coda, if you ever try it out or if you know more about it, let me know. Susan says, hi, Coda. Oh, video on demand. I saw pre-orders are delayed. Oh, the price. I forgot to mention this. The price is $449. Seems really crazy. That's so much more expensive than the original Switch and even the OLED Switch. And I cannot believe that they are, again, upping the prices on games. It's just insane to me. $70, $80 for physical copies, $90. Like, soon games are going to be like over $100, and that's just absolutely insane. I don't like that. But I'm sure people are still going to buy it. So there's that too. I don't know. I also found out that Nintendo is part of like a game developer association or something, and they'll be tagging their games in terms of accessibility in their stores. But I don't know what that's going to look like. I am very interested though. Like, I would love to have like an accessible games section on the Nintendo store or any of the game stores. Like Steam, can Steam be a part of this? I don't think Steam is part of this, but I know Microsoft with their Xbox is PlayStation. I'm not sure. All I remember is Microsoft and Nintendo. There's probably others, but that would be so cool. I want to also play the Final Fantasy games, but when they are not voiced, it's just too much reading for me. I cannot do it. Let's see here. Did you hear pre-orders are delayed? No one knows when the pre-order is now at. I just saw their website earlier today and it did say pre-orders. Let me look at that actually, because I don't want to pre-order. Let's see. Learn more about this game. Mario Kart Worlds looks really cool too. We woke up early on Wednesday just to watch. Like, when I say we, I'm talking about like me and my son. We both were like just watching the Nintendo Direct in the morning. We didn't even have breakfast. We just like woke up, put on YouTube, and like found the stream. Oh wait, I have to sign in. I don't know my sign in, so I'll do this later. Yeah. I'll have to find out about that because I do plan on pre-ordering. Hopefully, scalpers will like. I don't know how Nintendo's gonna battle scalpers. Big screen. Move over, Steam Deck. Oh, yeah. If only it was OLED. Small hands love the Joy-Cons. I don't have small hands. Sad face. I guess I have small hands. Like, even when I play in like portable mode, I have no problem. It's fun. It's great. I like it. I see my grands using this group chat. Yeah, I can imagine that. It honestly looks like Discord, but you have to pay for it. Like, you have to pay for online subscription. That's just so sad. That's so sad. Nintendo is trying to change you charge you for absolutely everything they possibly can, on top of raising the prices on everything a significant amount. Yes. Oh, did you hear that even the welcome game to like instructions for the Switch 2, it's like $10 or something? Who is going to buy an instructional game for $10? Come on, Nintendo. I do not see anybody doing that. I'm definitely not going to be doing that. Oh, that just seems crazy to me. An updated one will most likely have OLED like the updated Switch. Yes, I'm hoping, but why can't they just come out at the same time? It's because Nintendo. Kirk says, of course it's not OLED. They're gonna hang onto that and then charge more later. Yes, exactly. That's exactly their plan. I'm so mad. Stop it. All those screens look the same to me. Okay, Jared, whatever you say. Coda says, uh, Coda's agreeing with Tough. I see pixels with low vision on LCD screens. OLED, please. You can see the pixels? I cannot see the pixels on the LCD. Like, I can't see that, but cool. Coda, that's why you should just use OCR like I do. No, okay. I was trying to use OCR the other day and it was driving me absolutely nuts, okay? Because it was reading so much junk and it was just not making sense. And then seeing AI was not cooperating. Sometimes it would stop reading as if like there's no text there, even though I've pressed A to go to the next like dialogue and it won't read it. Doesn't recognize it's a new like a new page. I tried what is it? Seeing AI. I tried Look Out for It, and I also tried Super Sense, and I even tried Sullivan. None of them. I was not happy with any of them. I just don't have enough patience. I'm not like Coda. Coda has so much patience. I don't know how I would do it. Like if I were like Coda and could not see and use Zoom, I would not have the patience with OCR. Yes, it is pretty cool. For ease, agreed, Coda. I struggle so much putting the Joy-Cons back on the Switch. Okay, I'm glad that it's not just me. I'm sorry that you you have trouble, but I'm just glad it's not just me. Okay. Hey, Willie. Yes, but what level of screen reader? Yeah, exactly. It's most likely going to be, yes. Okay, so what I'm hoping is that now it's going to be, it's also going to have faster storage, faster, etc. It's supposed to be a better processor, etc. Hopefully, even for games that have a screen reader already, that it can run and do it and work with the Switch 2. I don't know. I don't know why you are surprised by this game. I'm just surprised that Nintendo even put a screen reader. I'm happy because it's a step in the right direction, but I'm still surprised that they did. If they can't start at least at the PlayStation level, it's not going to be that good. Well, isn't it that the PlayStation 4, like the screen reader kind of sucked, and then the PlayStation 5 it improved? So, maybe the Switch 2 is going to have like a so-so screen reader, and then maybe the Switch 3 will be like a banger. Maybe there's hope. There is hope. Okay, so Seamus. Hey, Seamus. I was thinking that they could possibly be a screen reader. However, I was also thinking that they wouldn't just not be one. I'm not sure what you mean. Okay. So, Seamus, if you're still here, let me know in the chat, like, what you mean. An accessible Zelda would make me sob. I would start playing Zelda. Like my brother got Zelda Breath of the Wild. He got a Zelda game. I don't remember which one. But he did, and I'm just like, I cannot read all of this. I cannot see all of this. I don't know how you can do all of this. I was just out. Nope, I gave up. I wouldn't care either way. I'm used to playing games without accessibility settings that I have just learned how to deal without it. Coda, you're such a trooper. You're just amazing. Of course, I would love accessibility settings to be more robust, but I won't hold my breath. I want to. I want to hold my breath and like, or just yell at Nintendo. Will that work? Same seeing an old stand, I pull it in to read text chats and directions, simple and quick, or I just don't read and skip ahead. Yeah, see, I don't want to skip ahead. I have done that. I have done that too. It's just like, oh, there's too much text. I'm just gonna press A. So what? I don't know what the story is, and I just miss out on the story. And I'm in the game for the story. I hate doing that. In Mario Maker 2, during multiplayer, it has a screen reader. In chat, you'll know it's on when Pac-Man has its mouth open. Oh, interesting. I listen to Let's Plays for game. Oh, really? Yeah, I do. I have done that too. But it's just, I want to do it on my own. I don't want to have to listen to some, people on YouTube playing it. I want to play. I want to hear it, and then I'll watch them maybe. Let's see here. I never knew that. Yay, larger text. Figuring out the accessibility level zoom was a big find for me. The level zoom? You mean like being able to zoom out, in and out? Yeah, that can be super helpful. I'm so grateful for button mapping. I have tremors, so holding multiple buttons or having to hold down buttons is challenging for me. Okay, that's cool. So it has been around. That's good to know. Yes, it took me forever to master the zoom. I just don't like having to lock the zoom and then unlock it. It sounds like Coda needs to lend you some of her patience. Yes, Coda, can I can I have some of your patience? I have trouble getting the device properly docked and telling it is actually charging. See, I have had that issue, right? So in the new dock, it's supposed to be easier for Switch 2 for the actual docking. It's supposed to have like, I don't know, some system to help it dock better. So that's helpful. Pedro, I don't know if you like fighting games, but Mortal Kombat 1 is 100% accessible for the blind. Yeah, see, I heard about that. That's really cool. I just don't really like fighting games, right? I don't like fighting games. I don't like shooting games. I like the adventure games or like the arcadey kind of games, like Mario Kart. Like I want to play Mario Party Jamboree with the kids. I want to do that. I just feel accomplished that I actually finished a game, like a Nintendo game for one. I think it's like probably the first one I've ever finished. And it's like Lego City Undercover. It was a really fun game. And like with that one, not everything, but a lot of it is voiced. Now there are like help tips that scroll at the bottom and it's really annoying, but like I don't know, I kind of just tried to figure it out instead of trying to read what's at the bottom. And that's just such a fun game me and my son were playing. It's just hilarious. I love it. The next one up is going to be probably like the Lego Star Wars game, but like apparently I'm only at 26% for Lego City Undercover, and I finished the story part, but I really want to get to like 100%. That'd be cool, but probably will take me a long time. I'm one of the first blind people beat Mario RPG on the Switch. Mario RPG. Okay, I've watched so many videos on the Mario games because I've been trying to figure out which one to get. But I just remember like the RPGs just have so much text. Again, too much text for me to read. Instead of fully using OCR, you could just use it in the moment when the eyes get tired. You can read the text. See, I can read the text, but I am so slow. I am so slow, and then I get tired, and then like a lot of the text is in light mode. It's not in dark mode. And so that's like just super glaring. Yeah, I kind of wish there was like an AI. Just read just the text. Just read just the text of the what they're saying, that the people are saying. That I would love that. I wonder if the Echo Visions, that would be really cool to like have a live session and just like and prompt it to say, just read the dialogue of the video game, like of the text. That would be awesome. I cannot wait to get the Echo Vision so I could try that. I see you're interested in being invited to pre-order. Oh, okay. So you can express interest in pre-ordering. Okay, I'll have to look at it. I have to log in. And I have to figure out what my password is. Coda saying, sure, Carrie. So I'm gonna take that as she's gonna give me patience. So I'll hold you to that, Coda. Seema says, I had a feeling that there could be a screen reader, although I wasn't thinking that Nintendo would actually put a screen reader. Exactly. Like I was hoping, but I didn't expect them because, it's Nintendo. We don't expect these kind of things from them. So it's interesting because there's like a lot of accessibility stuff in Japan, I've heard. Like my cousin, she used to work in Japan and everything, and I know some people. I know Metis like used to live in Japan too, and he's talked about like some of the accessibility stuff in Japan. But culturally, I just feel like it's still not super acceptable. Like disability, accessibility, all that, and I hope that it can change. So how do I turn on accessibility on a Switch, and what's the best Switch to get? So blind diecast. So I was actually just talking about this earlier. So right now for the original Switch and the OLED, you can go to settings, then system, then there's the zoom, as well as you can change the theme that's under themes to dark mode if that's helpful. You can also invert the colors if you want to, or do grayscale. But really the major thing on Nintendo, on the original Switch and the OLED Switch, is that you can use zoom, and I have a video on that. It's in the description of this video. You finished the game in the first place. Wow, I'm just surprised that you finished the game in the first place. You see, I can finish games. And I would finish much more games if I could have somebody read all the text to me. Okay. Yeah, that would be convenient. Right. And hey, Julio. I'm gonna go eat. Oh, I need to go eat too. I was thinking of using the Echo Visions to play too. Oh, I'm so glad that it's not just me. So I got like a question in the comments, like, can I use this for playing cards? And I'm like, oh, that's a really, or like board games and things like that. That would be really cool to do. But like, I really want to play like video games and like read books, like just holding a book and like having it read or doing video games. I cannot wait. But I'm planning to order the Nintendo Switch 2 just for testing the accessibility. I don't think that I'll keep it because of it not being OLED. Maybe I'll wait for the OLED version to come out in 2 or 3 years. I hope, fingers crossed, that Nintendo does that. Please, Nintendo, give us OLED. Let's stop with the LCD screens. It's just not necessary. It's not necessary. We don't need that anymore. But yeah, stay tuned for that. Maybe in the summer, hopefully I can get it. If you want to watch, I know Steve Saylor, the blind gamer, he did a video about the Switch 2, but also he might get it before like release. So I'm like going to be watching that. So anyway, that's it for me for today. Thanks everybody for joining and tuning in. It's been a lot of fun. I hope everybody has a great rest of your Friday and weekend. Thanks everybody for coming. Like this video, subscribe, consider becoming a YouTube member or a Patreon because that really helps the channel for making videos and editing. It takes a lot of time and effort, so I would really appreciate that. Thank you to all the members who are here tonight. Love you guys. Take care.